couple of activities I want to talk about do require some tech access for both yourself and your students, but I think that what we've just gone through, so many of us teaching remotely, teaching online, um, I these are activities that can be done in a live environment as well as remotely. Um, the language teachers are all over Quizlet, and if you're unfamiliar with Quizlet, they're really just sets, and they might be a set of French vocabulary, a set of Italian grammar, etc. And it's got all kinds of disciplines, all kinds of subjects, and it does flashcards and games. But I think the real power is in its live feature. So you'll go find a set. That's the only prep that you'll have to do, unless of course you want to make your own set, and you're welcome to do that. And it generates a code, and there's either a QR code or a numeric code. And as long as you have 4 students, it will make a live game. And students they can all play against each other. They'll randomly put them in teams, but it's a super low prep activity that will really help students master some difficult concepts. So Quizlet, but the live feature. Kahoot is very similar. And many people tell me they like Kahoot better. They think it's a little bit better developed, but honestly, I might agree with some of that, but really the language teachers have been all over Quizlet for a really long time. So there is a huge bank of content that's ready to go. You just have to kind of go through the set and see if it's appropriate, if it's what you want to use, and you can make your own if you can't. I think Kahoot is, there's a little bit less for language teachers, but I just wanted to get those two out there, because I think that if you got 10 minutes and you have access to on internet online, this is really worth it. This next activity, it's a video that you can't see. It's really simply fly swatter. So any vocabulary that you have, you're going to want to get either the items or pictures. And you might want to even take a blank piece of paper, just like you see here, and hand them out to students, and they can actually draw the pictures. You might even want to print them out, and you just put them all in the center, and you say them and they touch the word. It's really just total physical response, and it's great fun. This works great in the novice level. This is a really perfect novice level activity. Whatever vocabulary you have, or even grammar, you can do. Have students take a piece of paper, put whatever it is you want on it, and then put them all in the center. And the more fly swatters you have, the more learning. With these same papers, you can play a game called Pass It, which is super fun. And basically, after they've heard the words a lot of times, which they've done, they've interacted with the language a lot of time, they then each pick one or two. And you can put target language music on, and they pass them around. And then when the music stops, they have to say the word. You could even do fun things like on those blank pieces of paper that we talked about, they can just write a question. And then if it's their turn, they have to answer the question. It's a great way to get a lot of target language directions, to the left, to the right, and a lot of interaction with vocabulary and a lot of talking. It's very active. They'll ask to play this a lot. Similar to what we were talking about, this is a little koosh ball. It may have another name in somewhere else in the world, but essentially it's something that's soft and that can be thrown, and that won't hurt anybody if you do. It's really easy. And you can use this to sort of jazz up any grammar activity, any book work. Maybe they spend a couple minutes on their own preparing something, and you toss the koosh ball around, or they toss it to each other. I ask you a question, you answer, you send it to somebody else, asking a question, then they answer, etc. You get the picture. It's just something that you have really easy to just pass around. It's really active. You can invent all kinds of games based around communicating with this koosh ball. And again, it's a great way to sort of jazz up your textbook.